Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome if you're new. I'm Casey, and no, I am not back in my little studio thing that I had set up in my room. I am still in my living room. If you've seen my last couple of videos, you saw that my background was over the couch. But I figured out how to be in the living room where there's air conditioning, so I can still be cool, and have my background up and have it not be over a couch, because that doesn't look good. So this is the current setup, and yeah, so today's video is my current foundation and concealer routine for summer, because with each season, foundation and concealer routines change a little bit, and what you use and how you use them, adapt to the weather. So, since it's summer, I like a lighter weight foundation. I don't really care so much in winter and fall and things when it's cooler, but when I'm going to be sweating and doing other, whatever, I want something lightweight. I don't want it melting and sloughing off while I'm sweating in the heat. So what I use is the NYX Total Control Foundation. I can still get a full coverage without all the cakey, my eyes itch, without getting all the cakey, heavy nonsense that doesn't work for summer. So I do 4 drops of this, and that gets a decently full coverage. And then I use my Y6 just to blend that out. And I avoid my under eye where I'm going to be putting concealer, because that's just too many layers and too much makeup for summer. And then if my skin is acting up and it's getting, it's being, textured and red and not good, like it is now, I'll take another 1 or 2 drops and just place them directly onto the brush. I just go swipe, 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 just to get a little more coverage without it being heavy. And you'll notice I didn't use a primer before I did this. The primers that I have are silicone based, and this is more water based. Silicone primers and water based foundations do not play well together at all. So I'd rather go without the primer than have the wrong, little cocktail. If you have a water-based primer and a water-based foundation, go ahead and use that. And I just do this until it is all blended onto my face. And then I'll take my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have been very guilty of using too much concealer in the past. I have since figured out to just put on a little and then blend it into that highlighted triangle shape, not applying it in that highlighted triangle shape. You'll see what I mean. So I just apply 1 stripe right under my eyes, just like that. And then, since this is about the same shade as my foundation, because I need a lighter concealer, I take my Shimmering Facial Whip from e.l.f. and I'll put a few dots of this right onto the concealer. And then usually I would blend this out with a beauty blender, but lately I have been liking doing it with a brush. I'm using my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. This is a little rough. It picks up powder product really well, and it blends cream product out really well. Don't get me wrong, it does the job. It just feels kind of rough on your skin. So if you have something about this size and shape that just kind of sits under your under eye really well, I would use that, something a little softer, just gentler on your under eye, because that's a sensitive area. And then I blend this back and forth so that most of the coverage is where my dark circles are, but then I'll stipple and drag this into that triangle shape that we have seen everywhere the past couple of years, so that I have that nice highlighted look without it being too heavy, because that can lead to creasing, and that's not cute. And then sometimes if it's needed, because the shimmering facial whip can make this a little creasier than it usually is, I'll take my finger and just go back and forth a little bit. You can also do concealer in other areas. People will put it on their forehead, the bridge of their nose, sometimes like right here. I personally don't do those. I don't really need that. I use like a powder highlight or a cream highlight. I don't want to put those over a concealer. That gets to be too much makeup. If you want to do that, go for it. That's just not what I do. So then I go in with my Urban Decay Naked Shape Shifter palette, and I go to the powder side, and I'll take my Y11, and I'll set my under eyes before I set the rest of my face, because my under eyes crease pretty quickly, so I want to get the powder on there ASAP. And I'll just poof poof right where I put that concealer. I'm using the little what they call a light contour shade. I used this to set the cream highlight on this side, not the pearl one, the matte one. And I was like, I wonder if this would set foundation or concealer. And I tried it, and it worked really well. So that's what I like to do now. It doesn't get too creasy. It's nice and lightweight, which is good for summer. And it's not actually a setting powder, but it does a great job setting it. My makeup doesn't budge when I use this. Okay, and then I'm going to take my e.l.f. complexion brush, and then I'm going to dip into that color again. And I'm going to very lightly, you don't want too much powder on, put this all over my face. Again, avoiding the under eye, because we already did that. We don't want to put too much powder on. And then I'll touch my face just to make sure it's set. This doesn't leave the foundation feeling completely smooth and not sticky. There's a little, you can still feel the foundation a little bit, because that settles as time goes, and I think that that actually helps it not get, creasy and stuff, because there's not too much powder on it. It's still the foundation, I hope that makes sense. That probably doesn't make sense, but that's okay. And there you have it. That is my foundation and concealer routine. For summer, it's nice and simple. It's not heavy. It's a good full coverage, but it doesn't look cakey. It doesn't melt off during the day. Ooh, I need to blend it a little more in there. Better. Okay, so that is that. I hope that helps you and gives you some tips for your summertime makeup. And I will see you in my next video. Make sure to subscribe, because I put out 3 videos a week. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I try to. I'm sometimes a day late. What are you going to do? So, I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys. I love you. Hi, Casey. Hi, baby girl. Come here. Casey wants to say hi. Say hi to the camera. Mwah. Mwah. Okay. She doesn't like this new setup.